1.1 million ran a half marathon. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. My name is Gutierrez, and I often find myself having to justify to people why I continue to sign up for these 26-mile runs. So today, I'm going to justify it to you. The average marathon runner is a highly educated individual who is a professional. And there's approximately 1.6 million people in the US alone that run a marathon each and every year, and that number has been growing each year. So I'm not alone. The reason I can't tell you why others sign up for this most daunting of Olympic distances, the 26-mile run, but I can tell you why I sign up. I sign up because I enjoy the physical challenge, I enjoy the intellectual challenge, and I enjoy the emotional aspect of running a marathon. The physical challenge, I think it goes without being said that running a marathon takes a lot of effort. However, information tells us that nearly everyone that signs up and has adequate training and adequate preparation could complete the event. Now that doesn't mean it's an easy task or less daunting, it just means you have to have adequate preparation and training. And in today's world, where everyone's busy, they're running around, it's hard to find the time and the energy to put in those miles that you need to adequately train for a marathon. So sometimes you find yourself cutting into sleep time, you skip a meal, and this is at a time where you're putting all these miles and all this strain on your body, and your body probably needs it the most. You're not getting any sympathy from families and friends, and your coworkers, quite frankly, they don't care because sometimes they don't understand. So you have to go through all that physical challenge just before you even start running the race, which is the most physical part of it. So why do I like it? I like it because I feel healthy. I feel energized. You might not believe this, but after a long run and I'm feeling very tired, I actually feel very relaxed, very calm. So I do enjoy that physical component of it. Now, I'm not the fastest of runners, and my pace is right around the national US average of 4 hours and 20 minutes. But it's yet a physical task, and it takes a lot of energy. Now, the second part is the intellectual challenge, and you might think, what's so hard to put a pair of shoes on, start running? What's so intellectual about running? Well, there's a lot of information out there about how to train for a marathon. And if you go and get 10 manuals, my guess, 8 out of the 10 is going to have conflicting data or conflicting information. Buy this shoe, not that shoe. Train this many miles, not that many miles. So it's difficult. You have to be, a lot of times, I think that a good marathon runner or trainer is someone that's good at setting goals and plans, because you have to set a good strategy, stick to it, monitor it, adapt to changes, track it, and you have to be able to focus on one task for hours at a time. So that part is what I call the intellectual challenge that I enjoy. I enjoy, and even in and I think it helps me in my personal life, because that part of training and developing a plan, and monitoring, et cetera, helps me professionally, because if you think about life and your professional life, it's sort of the same types of steps and goals. So it has helped me outside of just running. Then the emotional part. The emotional one is the hardest one to explain, because to me it sort of feels like you're on top of the world. If you can imagine training for something for several weeks, sometimes several months, and getting to that point and accomplishing it, that's the feeling I feel. So it's not uncommon to see people cry. If you hang around the finish line, you'll see a lot of people crying. And a lot of times they're not crying because they're in pain. It's just they're happy that they completed and accomplished it. And a lot of people actually run with someone in mind for a cause. And the reason some people do that, it helps them through the training process, is because it's hard to train for a marathon and to actually get to the point where you can complete the event. So that motivation allows people to get up in the morning, put those miles in. So that's the emotional part. So it's not unusual to see people crying or hugging, and they're not probably smelling the best after the race, but it's a part of the race that I do enjoy. So why others complete this distance each and every year and the numbers keep growing, I don't know, but I do it because I truly enjoy the physical component of it. I enjoy the intellectual part of it, and I do enjoy the emotional involvement.